Hello. Well, it's been a year today since the first lockdown began, and what a terrible year it has been. During that year, one of the contentious issues has been that of vaccination. For us as a church, in our prayer meetings, we've frequently prayed, particularly in the first lockdown, that God would give a rapid breakthrough in the area of scientific development of the vaccination. And to date, we've now had over half our nation vaccinated, over 800,000 in one day. Wow. We couldn't have anticipated such a great answer to prayer. But of course, there have been detractors of the vaccine, and it reminded me that many years ago, that Jonathan Edwards, the great American preacher and theologian, took a routine vaccination when he was just 54 years of age, and unfortunately, it had a bad effect upon him and he grew sick and shortly after died. While he was on his deathbed, he didn't complain. He wrote a letter to his daughter, Lucy, saying, "It seems to be the will of God that I must leave you shortly. Therefore give my kindest love to my dear wife and tell her that the uncommon union which has so long subsisted between us has been of a nature, I trust, is spiritual and therefore will continue forever. I hope she will be supported under so great a trial and submit cheerfully to the will of God." Edwards willingly subscribed to the vaccination program in his own life and in his day. And it may be of interest to know that when his wife Sarah received news of his death, she also wrote a letter. "What shall I say? A holy and good God has covered us with a dark cloud. Oh, that we may kiss the rod and lay our hands on our mouths. The Lord has done it. He has made me adore his goodness, that we had him so long. But my God lives, and he has my heart." Oh, what a legacy my husband and your father has left us. We are all given up to God, and there I am, and love to be. They both found their security in the providence of God, and in the security of knowing that whether they lived or died, they were in the will of God, and the presence of God would be their comfort and guide. Many have taken risks when they've gone into new ventures of vaccination programs in order to eradicate serious disease. I have another letter here written by Horatius Bonar, who was a great hymn writer and a fine Christian man. In one year, I think in 1857, 6 of his children died in swift succession. He wrote to his brother John, "We have now hardly any hope for our dear boy. He seems passing away. The will of the Lord be done. Kitty is in terrible distress. He was her special pet. I cannot write more." It's in order to eradicate the pain of loss and the way in which disease can rip through a family or through a life and bring a sudden and premature end that we have prayed and seen God answer our prayers for this vaccination. I had my vaccine a few weeks ago. Liz had hers. We had the AstraZeneca variety. This caused so much confusion and upheaval on the continent. But I'm here today realizing that in the providence of God, we have been spared what could have been so much greater a trial for us as a nation, as a church, as people, and the havoc that we have experienced, the lockdowns, the limitations on our lives, the surrendering of normal freedoms in order to prevent this terrible disease from wreaking further havoc. Thank God that he has been with us and helped us during this time. May God be with you as you spend the rest of your time through this lockdown until things really do begin to ease up and a new life of freedom emerges for us all.